So, the other day, I'm sitting in class, and Billy throws a paper plane straight into the back of Mr. Quattlebaum. Mr. Q was furious and immediately turned around to get justice. As soon as he looked in my direction, Billy told Mr. Quattlebaum that I threw it. Dude, I could not believe that he was shifting the blame my way. Without even thinking about it, Mr. Q kicked me out into the hall. I had to spend the entire day in detention and was ready to plan my revenge until I saw this. Joseph was that dude. He got the attention of everyone he met. He learned the importance of being kind to others, and his hard-working attitude as a slave paid off. Potiphar, the Pharaoh's main man, noticed Joseph and put him in charge of his whole house. With Joseph calling the shots, Potiphar didn't have anything to worry about except for the food that he was going to eat. He could trust Joseph to take care of everything he owned. Not only was Joseph kind, he was strong and handsome too. He wasn't in charge for long when Potiphar's wife, let's just call her Potiphar, noticed Joseph. In fact, she wanted Joseph to fall in love with her, but Joseph knew that this was wrong because she was already married. Joseph told Potiphar that there was no way that he could fall in love with her, but she did not care. Every day she would beg Joseph to be her man, but he refused. He knew he needed to be kind to his master, and most importantly, he knew it would be a sin against God. It's kind of like if you found a $5 bill on the floor next to your friend's desk. You know the money belongs to them, but you could keep it for yourself. The kind thing to do would be to give the money back to your friend. Well, Joseph kept working hard, but one day he was inside doing his chores when Potiphar grabbed him by the coat and tried to force him to love her. Joseph knew he'd better run away, so when he did, he left his coat in Potiphar's hands. As you can imagine, she did not think it was cool that Joseph wouldn't do what she wanted. She decided to make up lies about him, telling some of her servants that Joseph wanted her to fall in love with him. She could not wait for Potiphar to come home, and when he did, she lied and said that Joseph had done some really terrible things to her. Well, of course, Potiphar was angry. He could not believe that Joseph would treat her so unkindly. To punish Joseph, Potiphar had him thrown into prison where the king's enemies were kept. So that really sunk for Joseph. You would think he would have tried to punch Potiphar's lights out, but instead, he chose to forgive the false accusation and make the most of his days in prison. I've got one more day of detention for something that I didn't even do, but instead of being angry and thinking about ways to pay back Billy, I'm going to make the most of my time and get to know the kids that are in there. It's really cool that even when other people aren't kind to us, God can help us be kind to them. When we follow God, we get to love being kind.